Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. So our video today is about some of these double number vibrations that are coming to us from the Earth and from the Sun. I'm Elizabeth, and I help spiritual practitioners and number enthusiasts apply numerology to their practice and to their everyday life. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. So in several of my recent videos, I've been talking about how these vibrations are coming in with these very big messages and how this vibrational river is moving very quickly, and a lot of it is because of these double numbers, that when we have a vibration or a number that's sitting right next to the exact same vibration, it's amplifying that vibration. It's making it louder, it's making it move faster, it's shortening the space between the waves, and so we're getting like we're in rapids. And so now I saw yesterday and then again today on Stefan Burns' channel that we have some very interesting double sixes that are coming out from the Earth. And so Stefan was talking about how in Alaska, we had the big 7.4 earthquake under the ocean just off of the coast of Alaska, but still part of that ring of fire. And that then triggered some aftershocks, but there was these three aftershocks that were all 6.6. And Stefan mentioned that this was very interesting numerology and talked a little bit about how 6 is really a representation of Earth and the connection between the universe and the Earth. And so I would like to extend on that. And so we're going to try and use this new writing tool, and we'll see if my handwriting is well enough to make this work. So we have these three earthquakes that are 6.6. So 6.6. Oh, and that's pretty foul. So let's erase that. Let's try again. Let's see if we can make this better. So we have, and part of the problem is that it's so small, and there we go. I can't see where I'm starting. There we go. Okay, so 6.6. So yes, 6 is this vibration of family and home and stability, but it also is a vibration because it is a neutral vibration, because all vibration is neutral. It has a whole continuum and spectrum of what it is perceived as, because all of these neutral vibrations, it's when it comes into our perception, and from our perspective, it's how we connect to that vibration and how we see it. And so the Earth and the universe can be sending us these vibrations and letting off these vibrations, and we're all going to get them differently. That's why we can see a lot of these same vibrations in many different areas of life. And so here we're seeing it with these earthquakes. And 6 also is a sign that you need to look at and examine your comfort zones. That if you're getting a lot of 6 energy, it could be telling you that you are comfortable with things that you should not be comfortable with. And it is very interesting also to have those 6.6 earthquakes together, because if we put them here together, then, and we add them, now we're getting 18, and 18 is the energy of the moon. And so we talk a lot on Stefan's not way, but he tells us a lot of really good information about the planetary geometry, and that includes the placement of the moons. And so we have this new moon in Leo that is coming up, that is going to begin to align some of this planetary geometry. And so it's interesting then that we are getting this 18, this double 18, and this vibration with the vibration of the moon. We also then have both of these 18s would go to 9. And we are in a 9-year, so this is an ending of cycles where we should expect a lot of not change, but shifting. And I think that's why that word shifting is coming up a whole lot in a lot of our conversations, that the energy is shifting, the vibrations are shifting, because it's not a 5 of change. It really is like the energy and the vibrations are being repurposed. It's ending from one place, it's taken from one place and being put somewhere else. And so then this energy of the 6 and these double 6s and really this triple 66 is now our attention getting information. It's getting our attention that there is a message, there's a deeper message for us to get. And so then we can get to these 2 18s and understand how the moon's energy is adding to this vibration. And then we can get to the 9s and better understand how the energy just of this year and this place and time, this moment in time, is impacting these vibrations as well and creating these layers within the vibrational tapestry. The other thing is, let me change the color here, that we can also add these up in a different way. So instead of adding them up just in the straight line, I have to see where I am. There we go. If we add them up in the traditional way, so instead of just doing 6 plus 6 plus 6 to get the 18s, we could add 6.6 plus 6.6 plus 6.6, and that actually will get us, oh my gosh, I'm trying to see where my little pointer is, and anybody that knows how to make this bigger so I can see, it'd be greatly appreciated, because it's making me feel really old. There we go. So if we add these up, it's actually 19.8. And so now we're getting this 9 again, but it's in conjunction with the 1. So in a 9 cycle, the 9 and the 1 sit right next to each other, and it's because the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning. And this is where that energy is getting shifted, where a cycle is ending with that 9 and it's pushing into new energy into that 1. And so now these vibrations are getting placed somewhere else. The other thing that if we take the decimal point out of here and just look at 198, 198 is actually one of these vibrations that is coming through very strongly right now. 98 and 198. And 198 is the numerical vibration of the phrase untempered power. And so this is this great power source that is really just coming in and is untempered. It can't be dampened. So it's just building up, building up, building up, and I'm sure that's what everybody is feeling. So let's take another look at what else we have going on in this vibrational tapestry. So Stefan also pointed out that we have this coronal hole 66. So now we have also have this number 66 that's coming up again in a different form, and this time it's coming from the sun. And so where the earthquakes, the 6.6 earthquakes were coming out of the earth, now this coronal hole 66 is sending this vibration out of the sky. And I have been feeling very much that there's a lot of vibrations and energy that they're weaving together in this central part of the earth plane where we're living, where I tend to see that like a lot of the earth energy stays down below and it's woven and it's moving and it's making things happen below. And then a lot of the universal energy is being woven together above us on Earth and then comes down. But what's happening is they're both coming down like this and then they're weaving together. And so we are like in the midst of this weaving rapid, and that's also adding to the feelings that we're getting. But this, so this coronal hole 66. Let me see, where is my little mouse? Oh, I was drawing it, didn't know I was drawing, so we'll get rid of that. But I wanted to put here, so 66 is actually the vibration of the words freedom and family and happy. The one that keeps coming up quite often is freedom. And so when you have these two sixes together and it's creating this momentum, it's really pushing for this feeling of being comfortable and with family and happy, which is how freedom should actually feel. And so if we now take this 19.8 that we have from those three 6.6 earthquakes, and we add 66. I know you didn't expect this to be math class, but you know, it's numerology. So if we add these together, now what we're going to get is oops, there we go. We're just going to leave that. Is we get 85.8. So the first thing to notice is that we have these 8s on either side, and 8 is this infinitely cycling energy. Most people can recognize the 8 energy when they think about something like karma, but it also is our habits or our routines or any of these repeating patterns. We can see the repeating patterns in the way that the planets and the moons move. This is why we can go backwards in our astrology and forwards in our astrology to be able to make some predictions, because it has a cyclical pattern in the way that it moves. We also have this kind of patterning that we see in Earth's behaviors and Earth movements, and even when things will occur. And so then this is how we can get some of these predictive things. But what happens when we have these two 8s on either side is it's creating this whirlpool effect. So it's basically like creating a portal, because those 8s would rather be together than apart. And it's creating like this portal, and it's pushing out 5, and 5 is change. So where we were thinking about the 9, where it's shifting the energy, here this infinitely cycling energy is creating this huge portal and pushing change out to us, and we're getting bombarded with this change energy. Also, this 85 is the numerical vibration of the word storm. And this is another one of these vibrations that is coming up very much, like quite often right now. And so trying to get our attention and get us to make sure that we're paying attention. So a lot more information than I expected is coming out in this video. So hopefully we'll be able to make some shorts for everybody as well. But I wanted to bring up this slide from another video I did last week, where it was about these vibrational changes that were coming, and just point out that we're again seeing this double number of 66, which is the numerical vibration of freedom, and it's coming down, and it's making and running into this vibration of 198. So we have our attention getting message. It's that 66 of like catches our eye of like, whoa, that's a lot of sixes. There's something going on here. Then when we dive in deeper, now we can get to that 198, which is representative of that phrase of untempered power. So there's some kind of powerful forces at work that are not being dampened, so they're getting bigger and bigger. Something is happening here, and it's related to this 18 of the moon, and it's related to this 9 that is happening in the year that we're in. And then that is now drawing us into this even deeper message of being able to take some kind of action towards that. And now we are diving in, and we are seeing some of these deeper messages about the 11. So in that actual video, I talked about this Iceland volcanic activity, which is an 11. It's 236 that's taking us to an 11, and that there is something very much going on there. So we are seeing this same kind of vibrational pattern with these earthquakes and with this coronal hole. The last thing is I did want to point out that instead of that 11 that we're getting in a lot of these messages right now, we're really getting this vibration of 185 is what keeps coming up. So in these discussions, when and in like quite a few of the videos that Stefan Burns is putting on, they once we're getting deep into the conversation about what's happening, now these 185 energies of like Earth evolution, which has the numerical value of 185, is starting to come up. And so 185, it has that 85 of storm already in it, but it's going to a 14.5. So we again have this terminating number, or the outcome number is 5. So change is here. This is where we're finding the change. But it's coming through this 14, where 14 is this mixing of energies that need to coexist, but they don't really mix, kind of like oil and water. Like we need both oil and water to have a wonderful salad dressing, but they don't like to mix. And so they, you can always tell where the line is between them. And so that's this 14. That's this 14 energy that's bringing about this change. It's like forcing these energies that usually don't mix or don't want to mix, forcing them to be together to produce this change. We can also get to this 185 by doing 100 with 85, where 85 is storm. And this is coming up quite often. So towards is a 100 numerical value. And so towards storm is this 185. So whenever we're discussing, like we're getting closer to the storm, we're moving towards the storm, that's that 185 vibration that's coming out. And so these are some of the phrases and topics that have come out just in the last 2 days. that are resonating at 185. So I think 185 is the vibration that is really trying to get our attention with these bigger messages. So energy convergence, the Godzilla event, and a geomagnetic storm all are resonating at 185. And because I don't want to end with those phrases, we also are seeing this 185 in other places as well, in other conversations. And one of the ones that keeps coming up is with genuine joy. So people are discussing, and this vibration of 185 is within these themes of doing things with genuine joy, or not doing them with genuine joy, and people pointing it out and recognizing that that's something else is going on there. And so when we see these double numbers, these 6.6 and 66s, when we start digging in deeper and get to the bigger messages about why it's important. So the 6.6s got our attention. It took us to the untempered power of 198, letting us know that that's why this message is important. And now we're here at this 185 of what actually is the message and how do we take action on it. So hopefully that adds to this conversation. This is a very exciting time, and I hope that we all get to continue to document what we're seeing, because it is historical and it needs to be preserved. So a big thank you to Stefan Burns for reporting to us every day about what is happening in the Earth and what's happening in the sky with the solar winds, and with the planetary geometry. And thank you also for including all of the meditations to include us and actually have us be taking action to help in the soothing of the Earth that we live on. So thank you. Hopefully this is adding to everybody's knowledge and understanding of what we are living through right now, which is historic in many ways. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified for my next video. Thanks for being here. Bye.